Just hope you're doing all well. I thought I'd make a video quickly on just on candlesticks. Okay, I'm not gonna go through every single candlestick, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be releasing the how effective each candlesticks are on a daily basis. So, for example, today we're gonna look at gravestones and what they are and where they occur in the market and how they could affect the market, especially when you see them on a daily time frame. And then tomorrow I'm going to be doing dragonflies, and then the day after I'll be looking at doing bullish engulfings, and then day on every single day we'll be covering one topic. Okay, the reason for this is because if I give you all this information at once, there's a high probability that you won't remember it. And so we're not going to flood you with all the information. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to break it down for you. Okay, this is called the chunking method, and in psychology, once you start to do chunking, and like it helps you remember something in a long term. So for this at the moment, we're going to be just looking at one candlestick per day. So gravestones, what are gravestones? So gravestones are candlesticks that have bodies at the bottom of the wick. Okay, so for example, I've already highlighted a few here. This candlestick's a gravestone. If I move over again, you've got one here, gravestone. So where you've got a long wick to the upside and then a body closure at the bottom. Okay, again we have another one here. Where we've got some more occurring, we've got another one occurring here. So what they indicate is that there's a lot of selling pressure in the market. So whenever you spot a gravestone, you want to be looking at where in the market you are spotting them on, and you want to be looking at on which time frame you are spotting them on. If you are starting to notice gravestones on a higher time frame, such as the 4 hour, the daily, the weekly, or the monthly, there's a high probability that now that the selling pressure on that pair is increasing because you're starting to see this gravestone occur on a higher time frame. So if you look at it now on a 4 hour time frame, that region that we just highlighted in the candlestick we've highlighted, which is a gravestone here on the daily. Look here, you see we had this bullish selling pressure coming from this dynamic resistance. After that bullish pressure, and we've broken the moving averages, we've had this gravestone occur next. This was indication that the buyers pushed price action back up, and because there was so much selling pressure coming from here, there was so much supply coming in. Look at the candlestick body closure. If I zoom in, you will see that the body closed nearly at the bottom of the whole wick, okay, of the whole candlestick, and this indicates that the buyers pushed price up all the way here, but the sellers were so strong that they pushed price back down so much that the buyers were only able to hold off up to this level here where the body closed. So this is important, and this indicates selling pressure. So if we go back down to the 4 hour around this level here, you would see now that highlighted region that you could have taken a short position. Okay, so these candlesticks themselves can be classed as signals. So you would have seen that price action made us push down to this region, pull back to retest structure here. So if you highlight this region here now, you would see on a smaller time frame, on a 1 hour, if I show you on a 1 hour, that price action had now made a level of support, resistance, and you could have taken a short position, and you would have seen this roll over to the downside all the way back to 1.12. So that could have been a short position just from that one candlestick after this double bottom, double top formation. So you basically find your candlestick on a higher time frame, you come down to the lower time frame and start to identify other candlestick formations and other market formations and price structure. Once you've added everything together, once you have all your confluencies, you would have then noticed that price action wanted to roll over to the downside due to that significant sell pressure that occurred. And now we've basically could have taken a short trade from this level all the way down back to the 1.12 and given us 120 pips to the downside. So going back on the daily time frame, so the characteristics of this candlesticks are that the body closure has to be at the bottom of the wick. Again, I'll show you another one. So we looked at this one over here, we're going to look at another one here. So the body has to be at the bottom of the candlestick, okay, and the wick has to be higher than the original body. So this isn't a great one because the body is quite visible. You want to be looking for bodies that aren't visible at all. Like for example here, see this is a dragonfly. It's not a gravestone, but that's another candlestick that I'll be looking at another time. But we are looking for gravestones which are dojis, which with the body being so small. So this here wouldn't be even classed as a gravestone because the body is quite big, but some people would have used it as a gravestone, which is why you would have seen the sell-off here. This is called retail trading, okay? And you would have seen that obviously with price action being that dynamic resistance with this candlesticks here. Some people would have seen this being as a shooting star, but if you obviously understood it and said that this was a gravestone because of the body closure being so small and a wick being so high, you could have taken a short position from here and rolled to the downside, buy position due to this dragonfly candlesticks, which I'll talk about in tomorrow. But here again, we have that. This is a prime example. Look at that. There's no body whatsoever. There's no body whatsoever, and this is the kind of candlestick you want to be highlighting. Okay, you want to be looking at this area and seeing why is there no body. Okay, you want to be looking for areas of resistance. You want to be looking for areas of some sort of market formation, candlestick patterns, etc. So right now here you can see there's a candlestick pattern. You've got that 1, 2, 3 to the downside, which is a morning star formation, as is occurring at an area of resistance, not an area of support. Then you have that gravestone candlestick. Then you go down to the 4 hour and start to see what price actions we're really wanting to do within this region specifically. So that region that we highlighted here. So we're going to zoom in. So what you can see is that price action made up to this area of resistance 1.15, which is also a psychological number. So if we highlight it now quickly, 1.15, and then you basically look at it on a 4 hour and you look left, you can clearly see why these candlesticks occur at these levels. They are signals, okay? They are already the first signal before all your indicators or before any market analyst sees it. They are your signals on a higher time frame. On a daily time frame, you want to look at what candlestick formations are doing. As soon as you saw that selling pressure here, you would have been looking at smaller time frame to see where is the next area where price action could potentially retest. So if I remove all these drawing tools and we're just looking over here right now, we would have seen that price action made an area of resistance. Then you would have seen that price action made low. You see these wicks? You look left. You see all these wicks? Why do we have these wicks? You look left and you've seen that if you had drawn your price action at anywhere on these wicks here, if you look left, area of support, 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 and then what do you have? On a smaller time frame. Just bear with me 1 second. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Oh my goodness. I think I've just lost it. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to find it and highlight it again. Found it. So you can clearly see this candlestick here. Okay, so let's go down to the 4 hour. Okay, rejection, and then again another area of rejection. As soon as that price action has broken through this area of support, rejected that area of resistance, you could have went down to the 1 hour. Okay. Bear with me 1 second. This is just going back in data again. So yeah, 1 hour, you would have seen that price action had broken this area of support, multiple rejections, double top again on this area here. Look how we've got a double top, and this again is another selling opportunity to the downside. Gravestones on a higher time frame, you should all go down to, once you spot gravestone on a higher time frame, you want to go down to the smaller time frame and then be looking at what price action could potentially do, and if you can spot any market formations, and then you want to align them with all your other confluencies, such as this price action at area of resistance, this price action at an area of Fibonacci. So yeah, so all of this is what you want to be looking at, okay, and then you want to be taking a trade to the downside. Here at Prime FX, this isn't just a signal group, okay guys. Once you've made that payment, we also try to look do our best so that you can actually understand and learn the market for yourself, okay. So we try to put in as much educational content as possible, okay. So we do apologize for this for the market behavior at the moment and the market conditions. It isn't really helping any of the trades that we are posting. Technically we are right, but fundamentally at the moment nothing is going our way, and that's not our fault in the slightest. It's the fact that just the market, the way it's behaving. I spoke to a lot of traders out there, and they all are saying the same thing, that the market behavior is so unpredictable that it should just be left until Monday, and we should see how the second quarter of the market really behaves, and how it can really start pumping liquid into the market, where we can actually see moves. You can clearly see here on a 4 hour, or actually on a daily time frame, on this pair Euro USD, look at multiple rejections at this area of support. We've been trying to go long for such a long period, It's a long meaning buy. We tried to go long multiple periods here, but price action is just not going our way. Technically, we are seeing all these reversal signs, but now it's just about being patient and waiting to see what price action really does. If it really wanted to push lower, we would have seen a break of this entire region. Okay, we would have seen a new low form, but price action hasn't even made a new low. All it's doing is moving sideways and just basically letting people get caught up in their emotions, letting people lose their heads due to lack of psychology behavior, and human behavior is causing this because there's not much liquid from real investors or real banks. This is all retail traders getting in and out of the market because they can't see the market going in one direction. They think that the market is going to go either short, it's going to go up, it's going to go short, and this is why you're getting this kind of movement, this small movement. Okay, it's not being made by big liquid, it's small liquid, which is why it's called retail trading movement, which is why we're seeing this slight selling pressure dying out. But then we're just waiting for that big investors to start coming into the market, where we can see a massive push back up to 1.12 up here, which is 140 pips from this region here. Yeah, you got 148 pips, sorry, to the upside. Okay. Looking at gold on this pair as well. Sorry, since we're here, we might as well just do a quick little analysis. So gold, I'm seeing price actions holding structure, a resistance acting as an area of support all over this area. I want to see one more final push to the 618 before we see a massive push back up to 1600. As you can see, the Fibonacci key levels is lining up with this region, so we may get this tomorrow, just like we had that push last week Friday. I could anticipate a similar thing occurring this week as well. So a fake out to the downside and then a final rally to the upside. Fundamentally, we haven't got anything that's coming right now. We are just watching the markets and seeing what happens next. Euro GBP, again, Euro weakness, GBP weakness at the moment. Market again just moving sideways on this pair as well. Clearly we can see that price action made a massive push to the upside, got rejected from this area 91, hasn't made any move lower, just moved sideways throughout the day. I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this pair as well. I do favor price action actually rolling down all the way to 1900. Okay, if we can, that'd be great. If not, I'm looking for a break, retest, continuation back to the upside, due to the fact that there is fears around GBP at the moment. Okay, and as the Queen has already approved Boris Johnson's request, we can expect GBP weakness across the board. Euro yen, if you're still in this trade, we're nearly at TP at 118. Okay, we've got in this at 117,100. You should be now 70 pips in profit. AUD, with AUD USD, we are currently in profit on this. Took a trade from 0.67400 after seeing this 1, 2, 3 to the downside. We got a Morningstar formation at an area of resistance. Okay, 1.65 being our area of resistance. 0.6500 being our area of resistance. Again, what do you see here? What's this candlestick? We just covered it now. Okay, even though the body is looking a bit like a spinning top and it's got some sort of body, I do favor price action to roll to the downside due to the fact it's a gravestone as well. So I will keep you guys updated on what the market actually does, but do practice these gravestones and identifying them on a higher time frame, and also try to actually back test them. Okay, the characteristics are long wick, small body, and the body being at the bottom of the wick. Okay, so for example right here as well, in this scenario, look where it's occurring. It's important to identify where these gravestones are occurring. You want them to be occurring at an area of resistance, not in no man's land. That's where they have most effective. Okay, most effective when they occur at an area of resistance. Here, for example, area of resistance, we've taken the short trade, we're currently in profit, and I do favor price action pushing lower and filling this entire wick and coming down all the way here to 1.67 or even lower to 1.66900 region. Okay, so I'm going to keep you guys updated on this pair as well. Euro, here we go again. Look, another gravestone occurring at an area of resistance. Okay, this is NZD USD. For those that were long this morning, they could have taken profits when price action came to this level here at 1.6400. But again, price action at an area of resistance, we've got that gravestone occurring, and which is why we're seeing this push further to the downside. Okay, that's how important these gravestones are. These candlesticks, where they occur, is what kind of indicates how effective they are. If they occur at an area of support like a pin bar here, we could look to buy. But if you get a growth stone at an area of resistance, you look to sell. It's that simple. But anyways, guys, I'll catch up with you a lot later, and we will do. We'll concentrate on tomorrow's session. Will be on Dragonfly, and the day after we'll concentrate on bullish engulfing. Then probably the day after Marabuzu candlestick as well. So every single day we'll have a candlestick for you to kind of learn and incorporate with your trading style. So hope to speak to you a lot later. But yeah, peace.